The New York Giants had a big, huge, amazing, spectacular, terrific 2023 draft. GM Joe Shane did a great job, and we're going to talk about everybody that's just lauding it. And this video starts right now. Here's from Mel Kiper of ESPN. He gave the New York Giants an A-. Quote, I mentioned this Friday night, but the Giants landed 3 of my top 45 prospects in the first 2 days of the draft. That's impressive stuff from GM Joe Shane. Cornerback Deonte Banks was consistently impressive when I watched his 2022 tape, and he stuck to receivers in man coverage. He's both experienced and toolsy. We can slot him as a starter on the other side of Adoree Jackson. John Michael Schmitz is my top-ranked center, and he fills a huge hole. He's going to start as a rookie. Coach Brian Daboll helped make a trade up for wideout Jalin Hyatt, whom I had rated as the number 44 player in this class. You might remember Hyatt from his 5 touchdown catches against Alabama, and he can fly out of the slot. I was surprised he was available in round 3. I like running back Eric Gray as a potential steal on day 3. He isn't a burner, but he can be a one cut back behind Saquon Barkley. Safety Javarius Owens is an intriguing flyer in round 7. This class is lifted up by those first 3 picks, which all fit possessions of need. Nice job by Shane and Daboll. Chad Reuter of NFL.com, and he gave the Giants also an A-. Banks is a fluid athlete outside of the potential to justify the trade up if his game matures. Schmitz quenches the Giants' thirst for a very good starter in the pivot to help Daniel Jones continue his ascension. Hyatt is a late bloomer who was the exact vertical threat Jones and the offense needed. Gray is a tough runner with receiving ability who will step up to spell Saquon Barkley and Matt Breida. Hawkins joins Banks as, this is Trey Hawkins III, joins Banks as another needed athlete at cornerback, and Owens' ability to cover ground and tackle were worthy of a top 150 pick at safety. Pro Football Focus gave the Giants an A+. They said nobody would have really batted an eye if the Giants had selected center John Michael Schmitz in round 1. PFF said wide receiver Jalin Hyatt is a burner on the outside that needs some reinforcement, but has all the athletic ability necessary to excel at the next level. The Sporting News gave the Giants an A-. The Giants were methodical about their needs, getting a big need at corner right away with an ace outside cover man in Banks. Schmitz, Hyde, and Gray were necessary boosts around Daniel Jones, including a solid interior blocker and big play threat. They also got a key change of pace skilled receiving back as a contingency for Saquon Barkley. From DraftKings, they also gave the Giants an A-. Giants fans can rejoice as the dark days of Dave Gettleman being GM are quickly behind them. Joe Shane hit the ball out of the park as Maryland cornerback Deonte Banks fits perfectly into Wink Martindale's press man coverage scheme. On day 2, the Giants snagged John Michael Schmitz, who was a 2022 AP All-American center in Minnesota, and 16 picks later, Fred Bilenkoff Award winner Jalin Hyatt was selected by New York. Hyatt is a high-wire speedster who can get open often. To round out the picks, Eric Gray was a 2-year starter at Oklahoma who can support Saquon Barkley in the backfield. Trey Hawkins is yet another athletic cornerback. Jordan Riley is a physical tackle from Oregon, and Javarius Owens is a nice piece for the secondary. USA Today proves that you can please everyone, giving the Giants a C-. But they didn't give them a very high grade here. Athletic first round cornerback Deonte Banks and center John Michael Schmitz are probably upgrades at their respective positions. But as nice a player as Jalin Hyatt is, Puzzling that GM Joe Shane opted for another Smurfish receiver rather than finding quarterback Daniel Jones a rebounder. AP gave the Giants an A-. Cornerback Deonte Banks and offensive lineman John Michael Schmitz fill needs. Stole wide receiver Jalin Hyatt in the 3rd round. They take on the Giants and their draft. They had 3 needs, and they filled those up pretty well. They needed help with a cornerback. They did that with Deonte Banks with the 24th pick. They brought in an offensive lineman, a center in particular, a center that is very much suited to be an offensive lineman as good with the run. Obviously, we know that the Giants have Saquon Barkley, and they have a quarterback that runs. So he will fill need, not just a guy that's great for in terms of pass rushing, but very much with the running game. So that's why they drafted him in particular. He was a very shrewd, smart player to bring in here in terms of, really to fit a need, because the Giants need more protection for Daniel Jones and for Barkley, and they did that with Schmitz, and he's going to start right away. He's a very athletic guy for his size, so he's going to be very interesting. And the player that I saw a lot of watching college football this past season was Jalin Hyatt. I was able to watch the game where he scored 5 touchdowns against Alabama, and it was a sight to see. He was the player of the game. He lit up Alabama defense. As you know, they have very good defensive coordinators there, and a good defensive oriented coach in Nick Saban. So this is a team that he lit up. He's very explosive. He is, like the AP said, he's not a big guy, but he's very fast. And once he gets off the line of scrimmage, he's tough to catch when he gets that ball. So he will be fun to watch with the Giants, and I'm very happy they got him because he's really good. He's really, really good, and I think you'll like him. He's not some of the other guys that went before him, like Addison and those guys, but he is really good, and he really had a big year. So he'll be interesting to watch, and he's probably going to get some games. And I don't know if he's going to be a starter on this team, but he's going to get a lot of playing time. He really is. He'll be a late threat, a deep threat for the Giants off the line of scrimmage. So thank you for watching this video. Of course, please subscribe to the Football Hut. Hit the bell for notifications so you know when the video goes up. And thank you, and I'll see you later.